NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, is hands down one of the best promotions in the world right now, with some of the most hard-hitting, high-flying, and technical grappling ability that we've ever seen in the world of professional wrestling. But there's been a lot of guys that have wrestled for that company that are actually in WWE right now. And nah, I'm not talking about Finn Balor or AJ Styles or Kushida or Nakamura, like we know that. I'm talking about some wrestlers that wrestle for WWE that you had no idea were once in New Japan. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. But I also want to give a shout out to legendary Howard and Kendall for commenting on the last video. If you want me shouted out in the next video on Wednesday, make sure to give the video a like and comment down below because I am picking 2 people every single time. But here it is. These are 10 WWE superstars you didn't know wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Number 10, Xavier Woods, taking part in the first ever Super J Tag Team Tournament. Back in 2010, Consequences Creed, or Xavier Woods, alongside his partner Kota Ibushi, were eliminated in the first round against Gaito and Kushida. But Xavier actually put out a tweet recently saying how he was in the middle of his WWE tryout when this match actually happened. So he left his WWE tryout, had that match in Japan, and then went back to Florida. My guy was out here. He appeared one more time teaming with the IWGP Heavyweight Champion before he started at FCW in 2010. Number 9, Rey Mysterio. Happening only 2 years ago at Dominion, but it's 2020, so 2 years ago felt like a decade. The iconic luchador made his New Japan debut alongside Tanahashi and Jushin Thunder Liger in a 6-man tag team match against the Bullet Club. Actually, the original match that was gonna happen was supposed to be Mysterio versus Liger, but Liger got like a bicep injury at a Northeast wrestling show, so the match was scrapped. What could have been. Number 8, Daniel Bryan. The first guy to win a championship on this list, the American Dragon made his 2004 New Japan debut after leaving the WWF. He actually had some success competing as a single star as he challenged for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. I mean, he tapped out in the match, but he still got a shot for it though. His biggest accomplishment would be winning the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles with Curry Man, or better known as Christopher Daniels. Number 7, Bret Hart. I did say guys in WWE, like currently. Honestly, he's just filler, so let's just get through this one real quick. In the mid-80s, the Hitman had a handful of bouts in Japan, including a 5-star rated Dave Meltzer match against Tiger Mask in 1982. Most of these matches are tag team matches, by the way, so I'm gonna say a lot of tag matches, but the rest of his matches in New Japan kind of consisted of tag stuff, like everyone else on this list. Next. Number 6, Andrade. From 2010 to 2015, CMLL's La Sombra brought that tranquilo lifestyle to New Japan, you feel? Competing in the 2011 G1 Climax, the 2010 Best of the Super Juniors, and honestly has so many accolades that it would take way too long to try to explain. But the biggest accomplishment of La Sombra in New Japan is that he actually won the Intercontinental Championship. He didn't just beat anybody for it either. He beat Shinsuke Nakamura, which I know in 2020 sounds like, yeah, just a match. But back then, it meant something, and it was really cool, and like no one got hit in the balls. So, double points. Match took place in Mexico City. He only held the title for about 2 months and then dropped it back to Nakamura, but he still was the first Mexican to hold the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, so I'm calling that a win. Like, that's pretty cool. Number 5, Jeff Hardy. Back when New Japan and TNA had a working relationship, many stars from American companies showed up in the East, and the charismatic Enigma was one of them. At the 2011 Wrestle Kingdom, and a lot of people are actually calling it like, well, a lot of Reddit people are calling it like the worst match in New Japan history. Jeff Hardy, who was a TNA champion at the time, defended his title against Naito. I've actually never even watched the match, to be honest. I saw his entrance, and that was cool. I'm a little scared to watch the match now. Is it really that bad for like the New Japan people watch? Is it actually, was it cheeks? It doesn't sound that bad on paper if you ask me, but like, was it actual butt? Alright, whatever. Even with some Reddit users saying that this might have ended the New Japan and TNA working relationship. Yikes. Imagine ending a whole working relationship with another company over one match. Like, geez, is it really that deep? Number 4, Bobby Roode. On the same show as the Hardy match, Beer Money Inc. lost a 3-way IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team title match to the champions of Bad Intentions, Carl Anderson and the Giant Bernard, aka Tons of Funk. I miss them, honestly. I love that tag team. Okay, maybe I didn't like it that much. Number 3, Tyson Kidd. What is the most Canadian New Japan name you could ever think of? There's been Pegasus Kid, there's been Lionheart. I literally think Tyson Kidd had the most Canadian New Japan name ever. He was a Stampede Kid. Before becoming a multi-time WWE Tag Team Champion and a SmackDown producer, Tyson wrestled in Japan in his early 20s, mainly tagging with Daniel Bryan, and even faced Liger once before signing to WWE. It's literally the most Canadian New Japan name ever, Stampede Kid. If you don't know why I'm calling that super Canadian, Tyson Kidd's from the Hart family because he's married to Natalia, he's in the Hart family, whatever. He was trained in the Hart Dungeon. Stu Hart, owner of Stampede Wrestling, Stampede Kid, there's a connection. Alright, we're good? Alright, cool. Number 2, The Big Show. As the Giant and the WCW champion, the star of the Big Show, that's a lot, whoa. That's like a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast. Made 2 world title defenses against Sting and the night previous against, I don't really know how to pronounce his name to be honest. And rather than coming off rude and offensive, I'm gonna just leave it right here. You can try to say it if you want. I'm not even gonna be rude like that. So that's his name. Respect to the guy. Obviously he didn't get the dub. It's alright. He still challenged for like one of the biggest world titles in the world at the time. I had my phone in my hand, so I backed my hand. Good job. Proud of you. His last appearance happened in May 1997 in a tag team match with himself alongside Lex Luger, facing off against Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton. Number 1, The Undertaker. Before he was the Phenom and probably one of the best, if not the best, wrestler of all time, he was known as Punisher Dice Morgan. Now, don't get me wrong, that name sounds tough, but The Undertaker, Punisher Dice Morgan, only happening 8 months before the rundown would turn this man into a household name. In a 3-week tour of Japan, in another tag match, he teamed with Bam Bam Bigelow, rest in peace, the legend. And he actually had an IWGP tag team title shot where it was Morgan and Scott Hall taking on the champions. I mean, they didn't win, but I think the 26 run year in WWE is probably the greatest character of all time. I think that kind of overshadows the Lil L in Japan. But yeah guys, this video really enjoyed. In the comments down below, did you know all these wrestlers at one point were in New Japan? Because I didn't at all. Make sure you give this video a like and a comment down below because I'm picking 2 people per video to shout out next time on Wednesday. I'm uploading 3 days a week. I'm serious about this. We get 20K by the end of 2020. It's done. It's done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. But make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe, and we outie.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.